Well, I missed my intro music, but what up? What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another episode of LaFar Walker Daily Show podcast, man. It's just been so much going on. And before we even get into this, I just want to say I hope you guys had a wonderful and loving Thanksgiving celebration as we got together with loved ones, as we felt love, as you got your good sweet potato pie and your turkey and your chicken, and everybody laid on the couch and relaxed. And as we were all relaxing and laying on the couch, there were women lining up to sue P. Diddy. It's almost like it was a sneaker release. I mean, they lined up. The last episode I did, when he made the settlement with Cassie, I said, "Oh, brother love. You gonna have about 1,000 more coming, and they are coming fast. The women are coming out of the floor, out of the ceiling, out of the sky. I don't know when Young Miami is going to say something. Are you Miami? Wink. Tell Young Miami to wink if she needs us to save her or get her out of harm's way. These allegations that I'm seeing are just disgusting. And when you think about hip hop around that time, early 90s, well, late 90s, early to late 90s, early 2000s, we were very, very big on pimping. We were big, man. The culture was like different, man. That Freaknik was different. Like a lot was different. And these women, these claims, and I wanted to give these men the benefit of the doubt, but I can't. I can't do it, man. I'm seeing and what's so frightening about this is that everything that's coming out or something that some woman's saying, it's like somebody was interviewed before any of this happened, years before. They found interviews from 10 years ago with him saying stuff. Like right now, P. Diddy is in lawsuit with the good brother Aaron Hall. And let's just take a look and see what Aaron Hall had to say. Let's see.
I know if I say it, I'm gonna it to death. I like to
Yeah,
public, you feel me?
yeah,
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass, them precious cake little
yeah,
I like for them niggas to how I Like if you speak to
yeah,
Jodeci or Puffy or any of them they been
yeah.
at my house. They all see me They all know I'm a big A lot of
Wow. Wow. Did you hear this? How are we not to believe everything this woman said wasn't true? From what I'm saying, and I'm putting two and two together, they did this. It ain't no way. And I mean, the woman, I want to show you guys, let me remove this, but I want to show you guys what these allegations are. Let me see here. Let me move this and let me turn this on and let me go to the allegations because I want to bring these up because I mean this is serious, man. And then too, everybody want to get paid. Like, you know what I mean? They not just, Cassie can't be the only one to get the 20, 30 million. Come on. Other women need to heal, and I'm here for their healing. I'm here to help these young ladies heal. Let's just look at some of this. Let me see here. Let me share the screen with you guys. Y'all see, I've been getting better with doing this since I'm by myself. And there we go. There's my screen. Okay, so Sean Diddy Combs in the world of trouble. Two more women and possibly more coming forward to accuse the former billionaire of assault because I don't want to get dinged. Last week, Diddy paid his ex-girlfriend Cassie a reported $100 million settlement. Once news of his generous settlement broke, women from Diddy's past rushed to their lawyers to hold them accountable. It's almost as if there was like one of them law commercials, when you've been on some type of medication or something. Hey, have you ever taken Viagra and suffered from any of these conditions? Give us a call. It's like a real class action lawsuit. So women from Diddy's past rushed the lawyer to hold him accountable. If all their claims are true, Diddy is a serial rapist and deserves to be in prison, not just lose his money. First new lawsuit was filed Thursday by a former Syracuse University student who claims Diddy assaulted her after they had dinner at Wells Restaurant in Harlem, and he invited her back to his studio. Lawsuit states that Diddy drugged the woman and put her in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. Diddy and the woman first went by vehicle to a music studio where she could not get out of the car. He then proceeded to a place he was staying to blankety assault her, the suit alleges. This was his practice. Combs video recorded S assault. Days later, a male friend revealed to her that he had viewed the ex tapes along with other men, the lawsuit says. And there's another file today. Third woman, Jane Doe, alleges she and her friend met Diddy and R&B singer Aaron Hall. She met Diddy and Aaron Hall. Okay. At an event hosted by MCA Records, the distributor of Uptown Records at the company's office in New York, Combs and Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Jane Doe and her friend, offering them drinks throughout the night. The filing reads, as the event was winding down, Diddy and Aaron allegedly invited the women back to Aaron's apartment for an after party. While at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into having blank with Combs. The filing claims after Combs finished doing his business, what is this, The Color Purple? He did his business. Jane Doe laid in bed, shocked and traumatized as she was in the process of getting dressed. Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have blank with him. Now, let's just go back to what our good brother Hall said. Let's go back to that.
To like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna to death. I like the public. You feel me?
I love this. You see all this braggadocio? I wonder if he gonna have this same sentiment in court.
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass, them precious cake little.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to how I fuck. Like you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas.
Oh yeah. Well, they have seen, sir. They have seen, and this is called the chickens coming home to roost. Okay, it was what them 90s was nasty. There was like ill regard for women, and this is happening. You know, I can't fight that. Shout out to these women who, you know, have been assaulted. I hope that you receive, you know, everything you deserve. And this is rather unfortunate. And I mean, it really goes on. And it's not just Puff. There were a whole slew of other men who were rich and powerful men as well who were involved too. Well, let's just pull this up and let me show you guys the rest here. Let me see. Look at that. Look at that. You got Harve Pierre, who was former Bad Boy president. Eric Adams. Oh man, mayor of New York. Assaulted a lady, allegedly. Cuba Gooding Jr. hit with 2 new suits. And even our brother Jamie Foxx, this is sad. And oh God, I had to sneeze. Don't you hate when you got to sneeze but you don't sneeze? Anyway, and Jimmy Iovine, sexual abuse. Also Jerry Jones, one of the Cowboys. So I'm guessing all this came about because a law was about to expire, and all these women had to get these lawsuits in before the statute of limitations left. So I'm just guessing, and I'm not going to call this a shakedown. I won't do that. Man, how do I remove this? I won't call it a shakedown. I'm just going to say it's just what it is, unfortunately. And hopefully they all find reprieve. Also, even our good brother Suge Knight has something to say, because Suge Knight got a whole podcast. He got, 38 or 28 years in prison, but he's doing a podcast. This is the world we live in today. So
everybody know what it is.
Hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer, Cassie.
I mean,
to be able to do that type of to a woman and other women, but it's not new. It's not like it's new news. Shit. Same time he beat the shit out of motherfucking what's the little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Capricorn. Cap was keeping this shit on the low about if she was messing with Cuddy or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch.
Pardon the expletives, guys.
Not only did he beat the shit out of her, it was an Interscope person, the Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, man. This is a mess, man. I can't imagine what R. Kelly is thinking, because R. Kelly is looking like about to be joined by a lot of 90s R&B. We're going to have a lot of talent in the penitentiary. Matter of fact, they need to just do one jail for all our 90s and early 2000s artists. Just round them all up. The prison talent shows will be through the roof. They could probably make some hits for some of today's artists. You know, some of today's artists go down to that jailhouse, put something on the commissary. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Jacquees or Trey Songz, who they own, who look is not looking good for him either, but I go down to that jailhouse and put some ramen noodles on R. Kelly's books and get me some hits. See, y'all don't be thinking. I be thinking about this type stuff. I really, really do. So that was that. That was the whole thing about our good brother P. Diddy. Also today, I want to give my thoughts on Vlad TV. I saw a post. From the good brother Slim Thug, who a lot of the ladies are upset with right now because he was victim blaming. And in this post, it was on a hip hop post. I don't know how it's a Vlad telling black people's news. And Slim Thug makes this statement of, we letting a German, and Vlad is Russian, get all this money off of us. You know, my assessment of that statement is, it sounds like some real victim blaming here. Listen, however you feel about Vlad TV, that's up to you. But here's a man who's been building this for probably over 20 years, started in the early 2000s, following hip hop. Nobody really cared. A lot of rappers showed up to be interviewed by him because he was one of the only ones showing up with the camera and the light, doing these interviews. And he's built this up over 20 some years, and he's had success. He has a huge following. He gets lots of views. The question I have is, number one, there are about 500,000 YouTube channels on YouTube. How is Vlad the problem, number one? And number two, with all these artists that go down to Vlad TV, all these black artists, nobody's forcing them to do that, sir. Nobody is saying, hey, you must do this or you lose your career. There are a lot of black outlets, podcasts like I have myself, who our own people won't even come to our own podcast. Let's stop pointing the finger. Let's point the finger at us. Okay? This is what we have to do. There are artists who you can't pay. You doggone can't even pay them to do black media. A lot of them won't. And now it's to the point now where Vlad is paying Boosie. He has Boosie on payroll. So every big artist at this point in this genre, in this era, they gonna want 40 or 50,000 to sit down and have a conversation with him. And Vlad is at the tippy top because he kept reinvesting in his business. He has a massive following. It gets a lot of views. He does what he does, and it's just what it is. But there's no reason to sit here and actually give him so much power and so much credit to say that we can't go do our own platforms. This is just a reflection of how we're behaving uh, in society right now, and what we're doing. You don't have to. You know, they're like the good brother Godfrey. He doesn't go on there no more. Lord Jamar, but everybody else lines up. They're lining up for a check. And, you know, even with Boosie, it's like, bro, I don't know if he hasn't figured out, like, at this point, you could do it yourself, but he's not, because the money is there, is too good, is too quick. So he's not going to do that. Vlad will continuously increase Boosie's pay, and everybody else will follow. Every part of society, every part of our subculture is going to go on there and sit down and talk to that man. And that's just what it is, right? I don't believe in victim mentality. I'm going to point the finger at self. I don't believe in loss. I only believe in lessons. And that's pretty much what's going on. That is what's going on right now. And did I freeze up? Oh my gosh, man. Come on. Don't tell me. Don't tell me I froze. What? Come on, man. It froze. Oh, I hate when this happens. And this. Oh, look like I'm back now. Sorry about that, guys. It temporarily froze me out. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all back? Y'all see they got me, right? But anyway, like I was saying, quit blaming others. Do your own platforms. Come sit on the LeVar Walker Daily Show podcast. If any of you rappers are upset with Vlad, come to my show. Call me. Call me. We can sit down and talk. We look like each other, brother. Let's do some business together. It's the same sentiment of a lot of these rappers that constantly talk about, you know, the white man and what he is or is not doing, but they won't buy jewelry from a black jeweler to save their lives. They get all this money and they immediately go run to the other man to get their jewelry, as if it's some badge of honor. When you look at the success of, what's the name of it, of Icebox, when you look at the success of Icebox, when you look at the success of Johnny Dang, when you look at the success of Jacob the Jeweler, right? These guys go through all of this, make all this money to give to them, not putting anything back in their own community. So what are we talking about here? You can't see, I sniff a lot of stuff out. A lot of my views are like, I guess some people would consider me a conservative or something like that, but it's not that. It's just like, bro, self-empowerment. Like, I know what's happened to us in the past, and I wish I could get in the time machine and go back and change it. But we have to deal with the opportunities that we have right now in the present and moving on into the future. And like right now, you have so many choices. You don't have to run to those. You can go find one brother. They need to be 5 or 6 brothers selling the jewels, some brothers selling cars, some brothers doing the pocket, but it doesn't work like that. They go outside of the race and then they come back to us to complain. And this is what a lot of elitists, they become almost elitists, because you're getting a big thing, because we get a lot of scammers in our community. And we're getting a thing of, a lot of these elitist blacks are beginning to scam and come up off of us in regards to race baiting. And this is what they're doing. This is what I see. And often when I speak of this, I'm called names. I'm called a lot of mean names. I don't even want to say it on here because they might freeze me out again. But I gladly accept those names because I'm going to always speak truth to power. And in speaking truth to power too, there was a thing I watch Earn Your Leisures. I love what those guys are doing over there. But by the way, I'm a fan of the show. And they had a young lady on there that was a realtor. She opened up the first real estate agency in Dubai. Okay. Now, there was a post where she's talking about the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And in that post, I asked one question and people are up in arms. Dubai is a beautiful place. Beautiful buildings, high rises. They've erected this beautiful city out of the desert. It's just beautiful. It looks like heaven. It's a beautiful place with the tallest buildings on earth. So the question that I asked, with it being such a beautiful place, the question I asked, what about, are you gonna show the slave immigrants that built the place, the ones that work for slave wages, the ones where they take these people's passports, the ones that come from war-torn countries all around Dubai and escape to Dubai and are put to work by general contractors and subcontractors and are often not paid? Are you going to talk about those people? Are you going to talk about Dubai not having first of all, there are no taxes, which is great. There are no taxes. You don't pay any taxes, so you don't necessarily get services. You actually have to pay out of pocket. And I'm guessing there can really be no middle class there. And these are like black people. The thing that got me that was so hilarious to me was you have a lot of black people who are very, very leftist and they're very liberal leaning and they're just going, well, what they supposed to do about it? And I'm like, wow, you guys sound like conservatives here who don't care about the working class. Now you're talking. So to me, it's just about being honest. You don't have to be one-sided, but let's just open that whole can of worms. Open that book up. In Dubai, if you go there as a migrant to work for one of those hotels, what they do, number one, and y'all can go do this research on y'all, they take your passport. Okay? They put you to work, they take your passport. When you're done with your work at the beautiful hotel or at the stores or wherever, you are bussed off of that strip of all that beauty. They bus you off probably 15 or 20 miles into the desert where they have tenements, where they have people living 8 to 10 a room. Can't talk about that. It's such a beautiful place, but you can't talk about the government. You can't say anything bad about it, or you face jail time. If you're caught with any weed, you get in life. Like, this is what's happening over there, and nobody wants to talk about it. If you get loud with someone, you're going to serve 1 year to 2 years in prison. So they subdue you. If I go over there as a content creator, I must sign a waiver or a contract stipulating I can't say anything wrong about this country. And they swear this is freedom. No, it's not freedom. You guys are just being bougie. And then the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, guess what? It's not even hooked up to a sewer line. So they have to get a sump truck. They have to go get trucks to suck all that shit out of that building and then go drive it out somewhere and dump it out to the sea or wherever in this big building. Nobody wants to talk about this. This is a city in the middle of the desert with no type of sewer system. I mean, is this what we talking about? Is this what we talking about? Like, for real. Like, and then now after looking at that and reading that, I'm good. I take my ass to Vegas. I can go to Vegas. I can do what I want. And it's free in America. Like, people keep trying to make it seem like it's so great and grand in these other places. That's not true. You say something, you get out of line. They don't understand freedom of speech. You know, we got freedom of speech, which is in our First Amendment. We had that right. Allegedly, whatever. I mean, well, we got it better than most. You go to these other countries, you talk. If I'm over in Dubai right now doing this podcast and I'm talking about Dubai and them slave workers, they kicking this door in and they taking me to jail. Okay? This is what happened. That's not freedom, bro. That's not. Furthermore, the islands are sinking. You don't think the sea is going to reclaim all that back? Are you talking global warming? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Like for real. And then they talk about, well, you could buy property over there and do the Airbnb. Scam alert. Scam alert. I'm trying not to get too loud because my wife said when I be hollering, y'all don't like that. So, but that's a scam, bro. You're going to put all your money in there in a foreign country. You're going to put your money in a foreign country. But anytime that sheik is saying, oh, we own this now. This is ours. We take back. Isn't that, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Get F-15 fighter jets, go over there and fight? It's not happening. So I'm going to hedge my bets right here in the U.S. I'll do my Dubai in Vegas. Okay? You ain't never look at it. Look at it. Pay homage. That's right. Say something bad about Islam Dubai. You never getting out of jail, bro. Come on. Our music definitely proves we have freedom of speech. And speaking of our music, we just saw our sister Sexy Red. Sexy Red did a whole video inside of a prison where she's pregnant and twerking and doing a song saying, let her baby daddy out of jail. These are the images that they see of black people all over the world. And I get it, right? We not no role models. We ain't here. We ain't that. Okay, those billions of millions of views that you racking up, where you think you getting them from? Other countries. Look at the blacks. The blacks go to the jail and beg for a baby father to come out. There's so much energy there. I'm a black man, educated, trying to talk some sense, but I often am pushed to the side and disregarded because I'm not only like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all feel me? yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I be like, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? All the good man, Jonathan, man. First of all, I gotta give it up to my brother Jonathan again. Jonathan, I will give you the applause effect, but I got this sound filter on this. Thank the good brother Jonathan for this $9 super chat. This brother has been a strong supporter of the LeVar Walker Show podcast. And brother, thank you so much. This money will go back into equipment and just trying to grow my brand. So thank you again. Let's see what he had to say. The poor are inconvenient to talk about it. That's why Governor Newsom disappeared on it. Exactly. When I look at people that are Republicans and Democrats, it's a very simple analogy that I have. The analogy is of caged chickens versus uncaged chickens, right? Now with the caged chicken, he pretty much know you get the chicken in the cage, cut his throat, right? And the uncaged chicken, he gets to run, bathe in the sun, relax, and then they cut his throat. That's the difference. But at the end of the day, we all the chickens. Unless you are in that top 0.1%. And being an American, you already in the top 10% being in this country. Other 330 million people out of 8 billion. So you say I'm not acting like Corey Holcomb? I told you that's a bitch ass nigga. I told that motherfucker. I looked him in the eye. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. That's my brother, man. I love me some Corey. Believe lies more these days and the real truth is disregarded. Some are blind, some don't care. And a lot of people just don't want to face these truths that I'm giving, man. So I'm going to keep this thing moving along. The good brother, Mr. Beast. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a YouTuber He's a YouTuber, big time YouTuber, that buried himself alive for 7 days. Mr. Beast is the number one YouTuber. They're predicting him to become a billionaire off ad revenue. He does these big skits. And he's done a lot. Now, before he buried himself alive, he built 1,000 wells in Africa. And before he did that, he helped a lot of blind people see. And I was watching something, so I'm like, man, he sounded like Jesus for a minute. Like, is he gonna turn water into wine? What's next? But he buried himself alive and rose from the dead. Look, listen, is there some analogy here today? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? But that was interesting. I don't really think he stayed in there for 7 days because there was no way for him to take a dump. He had some bottles in there to piss in the bottle. But I don't get how he was able to take a dump. They actually dug up the grave. Y'all go check this out on YouTube. They dug it. They dug it up with a bulldozer, dropped the casket all the way down, and he was just in there. They gave him some food. I think it was about 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? They watched him, but it was like, this is insane to me. And he just does stuff like, last person to take their hand off the car wins the car. The last person, guys, we're out here. This is a brand new $750,000 Ferrari. And the last person to take their hands off wins it. And people out there for weeks with their hand on the car. And they can't, and then somebody will win. And, I guess maybe somebody win a whale. I don't know, but this is where actually entertainment is going now. And people aren't watching television. People are just watching this. So I guess I can wrap this show up. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I really need to reach out to AT&T because I need to know what's going on. Because a lot of times my Wi-Fi be crashing. And my stream stuff be crashing, man. So I don't know. But you guys, how'd you guys like this show today? Y'all we can go on and discuss some things. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know. We've been running for about 34 minutes. Dr. Claudine, that's right. Voting is entertainment. That's all it is, man. Voting is entertainment. And we got to stop giving the man all the power. We can, bro. I believe in me. I believe in my people, and we can do better. We can do well. And all that crying, man, I'm from the hood. We all from the hood. I had no daddy. No, none of us had a daddy, right? Like, for every brother that's come with them excuses, we all come from that. So what's your excuse now? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like we got to stop with it. We got to stop with it. But let me know how you guys are enjoying this show. Or if you like this show, please just tune in. Shout out to whoever my person is over there on Twitch. But you say the prophet's public enemy. Yeah. All right. Let me take this off. But this was great. What did y'all think about this show today? Y'all come on in and talk to me now because there should definitely be an age limit on U.S. presidents, Jonathan. The age limit on presidents should be 75. I'll stop it at 75, man. Because as we can see, Joe Biden is in big time cognitive decline. And when you're looking at the average age of a man in America, they say our life expectancy is 75 years old. So how about we make the age limit whatever the life expectancy is for that man that year, because Joe Biden just turned 80 years old, bro. That is too old to be running the most powerful country on earth. That is insane to me. And we know he's not well. We know he's not well. We watching him. We watching this man decline and forget. He don't know who he talking to. He think he having conversations with Jackie Robinson and James Brown. Come on, bro. this is bad. It's just a bad. I mean, we really look weak as a country right now. And I know Trump is a little bit older, but he seems to be a lot more functioning. I don't know. I mean, it's just pick your poison with either one. But yeah, definite age limit on that. Thanks for asking. I need to know if you pop that breathing medication. That's hilarious. Man, listen, I'm glad you asked me that question. So he's asking me right now, paying homage. Shout out to paying homage. Paying homage is asking me about when I performed for Kevin Hart. That show that a lot of you might have seen me on, especially Facebook. I had 10 million views on Facebook, about 2.5 million on YouTube. That came out of just me working every day as a pharmacist and everything that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? You see them old men coming, they want the Viagra. Some other stuff is embellished. You know, I just thought it'd be funny for the man to get the Viagra versus the breathing medication, and he just stops breathing. So shout out to you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that show. Jonathan says 70 should be the limit. I agree with you, Jonathan. Seriously, because the choice they gave us to choose a president to run this country is crazy. Yeah, it was weak choices. Good brother, my best friend Ron in the house. What up, Ron? Shout out to Ron. Been rocking since day one, even before all this from college, man. Let me see. Well, guys, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up, man. But this has been good, man. Somebody say who next will puff all of one? No, I think 112 good, bro. I just think like with Diddy, man, I think he's had a great run. But I think, you know, like with great power comes great responsibility. And I just think maybe over the years, you know, this guy's this big powerhouse of a person and he's doing this and he's controlling a lot of people's lives and getting a lot of money. And sometimes that control could probably go to your head. You say Biden been in office for 40 years, haven't did nothing, but that's y'all uncle though. Hey man. That's what they say, bro. Now we exhausted about talk about Jada, Aria, Genesis. We are exhausted, baby. We didn't talk about Jada for the past 4 episodes, and I'm pretty sure she's sitting somewhere trying to figure out how to come back. So this is it, man. I guess we can wrap it up. I had fun. I had fun today with you guys. Sorry my music didn't click on, but that's okay. We'll get it right next time. Listen, my name is LeVar Walker. If you guys have any questions in regards to your medications or side effects, call me. Yeah, I mean you can, but no, I'm teasing. We're gonna end this show tonight. And this has been nothing but a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. I will see you guys Monday. And Monday I should have my refrigerator. My new refrigerator should finally be back. And so, guys, I am signing off. Good night and God bless.